Hello again, everyone. This is Gilmer, and this is episode 10 of my Let's Play War in the West. I almost said Field of Glory. Field of Glory Empire. Well, I don't even know what the hell the other name of the game is, to be honest. I'm just winging it here. But this is War in the West, and we're playing the Western Allies. I've got a pretty good idea of what I want to do here. So we're going to set our target, and it's going to be 74, 191. This one, its target is going to be, what is this, Plymouth? No, this is Weymouth. I hope I pronounced that right. I think I did, based on Bournemouth, or is it Bournemouth? But the mouth part is Bournemouth, or Bournemouth. I don't know. I'm screwing it up again, I'm sure. 76 192 is where I want to do the next one. Okay. This is Bournemouth. 76 193. Yep. The next one is going to be 77 193. And then the last one is going to be 78 193. So I've got those set up. I'm looking good. And I think I've done some moves down here. If I look at some of these, 63, 61, 61 are their strategic movement points. This one is ready to move on ships. Not enough remaining port capacity. Okay. We could come up here. And move him. And just like that, he's off his ship. I've looked at them. This one doesn't have enough strategic movement points. I've moved these guys. Actually, I have not moved. But they can't get... Is this average roads isolated? Average roads... I guess where it says underneath Italy, average roads, says Mediterranean Sea. I guess that's where they're getting supply from. This is mountain, so I can't really go up the side of a mountain, I guess. This looks all pretty standard. I just don't want to make any kind of mistake. I've moved these as well. I guess I could do a... Yeah, that's not going to work. Alright, I think it's time to go ahead and press end turn. We're on turn 35 of 110. That's almost a third. I wish there was some kind of big, like, banner when Italy surrenders, like, Italy surrenders, so almost immediately, hey, they just surrendered. It'd be kind of cool to have that as kind of part of the game, for it to say something big like that, so that immediately when it happened, and you don't have to kind of sort it out looking at the different information panels. I hope everybody's staying safe from the coronavirus. I actually think, well, I'm not going to say what I think. My brother and I got really sick. Well, not really sick, but we got pretty significantly sick at the end of January, and I had a flu shot, but I still had something that felt like the flu. So I'm wondering if I had, like, the milder form of coronavirus, because they weren't testing for it, so I could have had it and they would have never known. Well, and I actually didn't even go to the hospital for it because it didn't last very long. But you never know. Aircraft lost, enemy aircraft lost. So those are good loss numbers. They lost 209 and we lost 330, but we got damaged 973. And they only had damage 236. But what I was saying was, I got sick on a Thursday, the Thursday before the Super Bowl, actually, or the American Super Bowl for the NFL. I started getting sick on Thursday. I started coughing. I didn't feel bad on Thursday. Friday, I went on an interview for a job within my company, but I still had to interview for it. And I was able to get through the interview without coughing, but I felt like I needed to cough very badly. And wow. That went from 7 to 2. But I felt I didn't feel real bad on Friday. I just had a cough. But it was getting worse all day long. And so eventually, Friday night, I was starting to feel bad. I was, pretty bad. And U.S. Infantry Division. It must be this rain because they have really poor combat values. It's heavy mud, heavy rain, water 6. So let's see. There we go. The thing about this is I don't think he can move back to this hex with my zone of control. I think this zone of control and this zone of control keeps them from moving straight to that. And he can't move here and then there, and they can't move here and then there either. So they're pretty much stuck. But this turn is not a real good turn because all of my units are not really at good fighting levels. Hate that. Hate getting transports hit. Wow. What are they getting hit by? Oh well. Guess it doesn't matter. It happened. I don't really need that, but what do we have here? Hey, he kept his... Oh, they held, but their fortress went from 1 to 0. Let's try it again. There you go. So, he could move back there. That sucks. Okay, so he's got a... That second value, I think, is the defender's value for the opponent. And so he's set up pretty good. I really can't run too many, if any, to be honest. Attacks here because my power of my units are so degraded by the rain and the mud that I'm just gonna have to sweat that out and sweat this out. So let's take a look at this up here. Prep 7, Prep 9, Prep 8, Prep 5, Prep 9. Was that 5 on 1? 3, 4, 5. So 7, 9. Wait a minute. 7, 9, 8, 5, and 9. So that one is kind of concerns me, but I wonder why it's a British infantry division. This is a U.S. infantry division. How many, 14,721 men and 174 guns, whereas 17,000 men and 260 guns. I wonder if this is, yeah, I think this has something to do with it. 13 slash, wait a minute, no, it's 114 over 90. and 115 over 90. Oh, well. I'm not going to worry about that too much. It is what it is. I can't change it. No more than I can change the combat values of my units down here that are in heavy downpour of rain. So let's just end the turn. So yeah, about me being sick, I started coughing on Friday a lot more, and I started feeling bad Friday night, and I went to bed at 9:30 and got up the next day. Did I do any recording that? I don't think I did any recording that weekend because I felt so bad. I'm pretty sure I didn't. But so then Saturday, I ate a little something on Friday night, but not a lot. And then on Saturday, I didn't feel like eating anything, and I had a fever. I'm pretty sure I had a fever, and I didn't sleep well that night. I was up at about 5:30, but I kept going back to bed and lying down for 2 or 3 hours because I was exhausted. And I got 5 cookies and a Coke, and I couldn't really even eat those. I ate 3 cookies and drank a little bit of the Coke, but that was about it for Saturday. And then Sunday, I was basically the same when I woke up. Fever, ached all over, couldn't eat anything. And so it was basically the exact same as Saturday was. And so by the time the Super Bowl came on, which was 7:30 my time, I called my boss and said, if I don't start feeling better, I'm going to go into the doctor tomorrow and get checked up because I'm not feeling well. And she said, well, I'm sick too. And, I said, I feel like I'm calling in sick a lot because I'd already been sick once in January. But I mean, I called in one day, but I didn't miss very many days. So at about 9:30 that night, the fever broke. I had lay down for about 2 hours, slept for about 2 hours, woke up and felt 100% better. The fever was gone, had gone down. I actually had an appetite. I started eating some stuff. And then I went in the next day. I went into work the next day, which I probably shouldn't have because I probably might have given it to somebody. But I felt so much better the next day. And I stayed away from people. I tried to stay away from people. I didn't cough on anybody or sneeze on anybody. So I don't ever get sick like that. That was a really weird weekend. And it was right around the time the coronavirus was starting to get heated up in China. Not saying it was, but I wouldn't be surprised if it was. Still raining. Aircraft lost 124. They lost only 29. Oh, well. We're going to do 4 for now. When we do the European... Oh, I didn't want to do that. When we do the European invasion, not the Union, Uh, oh boy. When we do the invasion, I'll probably... Oh, that's right. I was going to turn that up to 4. When I get to the European invasion, I'll turn these back down to about 2 or so. I don't know. So my units are a little bit stronger. That's a 73 defense. When it has this X, that means it's over 100. Because they couldn't really display 3 digits right there very well. So that tells you it's a very strong defensive unit. I should have put him, I should have put him there. Now if I do it. Well, let's do this. Uh-oh. Nope. But we reduce their fort. We'll leave this one. I don't like there being 2 spots there. What is that? The 7th U.S. Army? Yeah, there we go. I probably should. They're both. So let's try this. It wasn't even close. Really need to, I think, I wonder if I should. I screwed that up. Why is that a little asterisk? I think I screwed that up, but we reduce their fort value. I've got some units coming. This down here kind of concerns me. I don't know why I'm looking at these every turn. It's just going to be just incremental. Instead of 9, it's going to be 18. The next turn is going to be 27. 16, obviously. This one's the one that's kind of holding us up. I wonder if it's because of this. It is. Look at that. Prep 2. I don't want that guy. Where is that? I don't want that guy there. That's the whole point. I can't. Why is he stuck there? He should not be there, in my opinion. He should not be there. And I can't move him. I don't like that. Princess Irene, Northeast Infantry Brigade. Somebody tell me what that's all about. I don't know what that is. Was there a Princess Irene in Great Britain at the time? Here's another one. BE Infantry Brigade Group. Oh. He's definitely. And as well. I don't know what I should do with those. Those aren't very strong. I got 3,000 men. You know, I'm wondering. Since he's doing 9, I wonder if he drops down to, probably drop down to 3. If he does, I'll back him out. This guy's doing 9 as well. So I wonder if we put another one on there. See if how that works. Probably screw myself up on doing that, but alright, let's end the turn. I think that's going to be the end of this episode after this turn runs, because I think I'm running at about 27, 28 minutes. I could be wrong. But my back's hurting too. For some reason. Looks like I got some kind of update here. So I guess that's going to be the end for this episode. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you next time.